Nana, Hari Om, you can get started, Nana.
Hari Om, thank you. Brahmara, you can get the ages document for tomorrow.
Yes, Nana, I can.
Okay, thank you. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasudrusham Tattvamasyadilakhyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum tam namami Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantaho Punah Punah Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Chaiva Tato Jayamudirayet Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Atha Ashtamodhyayah Akshara Brahma Yogaha Arjuna
Nana,
Uvacha.
just give me 2 seconds to.
Yep, okay.
You can get started. I will just mute everyone. You unmute yourself.
Okay. Arjuna Uvacha Kim tad Brahma Kim Adhyatmam Kim Karma Purushottama Adibhutam cha Kim Proktam Adidaivam Kim Uchyate Adiyajna Katham Kotra Dehesmin Madhusudana Prayana Kale Picham Prayana Kale Picha Ye viduryukta chetasaha. No, I think I missed that line. Adibhutam prayana kale cha katham jnyeyosi niyatatmabihi. Shri Bhagavanu vacha aksharam brahma paramam swabhavodhyatmam uchyate bhuta bhavodbhavakaraha Visarga karma sangitaha adibhutam ksharo bhavaha purushascha daivatam adiyajnohamevatra dehe deha bhrutambara. Can you shift it slightly to the right? Because the left side the characters are getting covered up. Dehe deha bhrutambara Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaprayati chajandeham sayati paramam gatim.
It's like doing 1 second.
Okay.
It's like swinging from side to side.
Yeah, I understand.
Is this fine?
Yeah, almost fine. Correct. It's okay. Leave it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adibhutam ksharo bhavaha purushaschaदिदैवतम् adhiyajñohamaivatra dehe deha vratambara antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaprayati samadbhavam yati naschatra samshayaha yam yam vapi smaran bhavam chajatyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavitaha तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु मामनुस्मर युज्य च मय्यर्पित मनोबुद्धिः मामे वैष्यच्च संशयः. I think abhyasa yoga yuktena. Yeah. Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa nanyagamina paramam purusham divyam yati partha anuchintayan. Yeah. This is a beautiful verse. Kavim Purana Manushasitaram Anoraniyam Samanusmarejaha Sarvasya Dhataram Achincha Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat Prayana Kale Manasa Chalena Bhaktya Yukto Yoga Balena Chaiva भ्रुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमावेश सम्यक् सतं परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यं यदक्षरं वेदविदो वदन्ति विशन्ति यद्यतयो वीतरागाः यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण प्रवक्ष्ये तत्ते padam sangrahena pravakshe. Yeah. Sarvadvarani samyamya manohrudi nirujya cha murdhyadayatmana pranam astito yoga dharanam om ityekaksharam brahma Vyaharan mamanusmaran yaprayati chajandeham sayati paramam gatim ananya cheta satatam yo mam smarati nityashaha tasyaham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginaha mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayamashashvatam नाप्नुवन्ति महात्मानः संसिद्धिं परमां गताः आब्रह्म भुवनाल्लोकाः पुनरावर्तिनोऽर्जुन मामुपेत्य तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते सहस्रयुगपर्यन्तम् अहर्यद्ब्रह्मणो विदुः रात्रिं युगसहस्रान्ताम् Teho Ratravido Janaha. Brahmana, in respect of this verse, I wanted that document.
I
Yeah.
understood it.
No problem. No problem. Avyekta Avyektaya Sarvaha Prabhavatyaha Ragame Ratyagame Praliyante Tatraiva Avyekta Sanyake Bhutagrama Sayevayam Bhutva Bhutva Praliyate Ratyagame Avashapadha Prabhavatyaha Ragame Parastasmatu bhavonyaha avyakta sanatanaha yassa sarveshu bhuteshu nachyatsu na vinashyati. Now we'll get back to that 8th verse or so. 7th or 8th verse, whatever, no problem. Yeah.
We have a few questions, Nana.
Oh, yes. Welcome. Before you get on to the questions, I thought I'll give some more clarification to Suma. Suma was asking how to employ the mind to master whatever has been indicated in the slokas. You have to master the mind. You have to employ the mind by the mind only. Manasa eva manushyanam karanam bandham cha mokshayoho. This mind alone, because mind is nothing but you and I. You are your mind, I am my mind. Only thing is, the mind covered up by ajnana. Aneka janma samprapta ajnana. So this mind alone is the karanam bandham cha mokshayoho. It is the karanam for your bondage. It is also the karanam for your freedom, for your liberation. Okay? For your getting to know who you indeed are. For your getting rid of the jnanam which is covering the mind. That is why this karma yoga anushtanam, this jhanam, this nididhyasanam, all these are very, very important. And all these will have to be done with a dedicated approach, with a tremendous nishtha. And it's not as though you do it one day and later on you forget. You remember the copper vessels, which generally often quoted in Vedanta, Shravana. If you listen just to the Vedanta Vakya one day, that's not good enough. Like the copper vessel, you clean it up today. Tomorrow, what will happen to that? It will again get tarnished. And you have to keep on doing it all the time. And afterwards, you must give it a coat with which it will inhibit tarnishing. That kind of a coat also you will have to give to the mind. That coat perhaps will be in the form of satsang. Satsangatve nisangatvam. Like the dhyana, not dhyana, what is that? Manana classes you are having. That manana is a very good approach to satsanga. But it depends what you people discuss there. That is very, very important. It is not the gathering that matters. It is the text of the discussions that you people entertain during that 1 hour or 1.5 hours. That is very, very important. But that will be a good coat for the mind which is cleansed. For the cleansed mind, for you to give a good coat, this your manana class, which is equivalent to satsanga, it's going to be very, very helpful. There is no other way. You have to know the mind through the mind. You have to know yourself through your mind. There's no other way. Manasai vedamaptavyam. This will have to be known only through the mind. Manasa eva idam aptavyam. Idam jnanam aptavyam. Idam atma jnanam aptavyam. It is to be obtained through manasa eva. There is no other way. There is no other way. And luckily for us, the mind has got as though two facets. It is like that like the heads and
Police.
tails. Yeah.
And
The heads
police
is,
and thief.
huh?
Yesterday you mentioned the police and the thief.
Correct, very right.
Slippery feet.
And the heads is the police, the tails is the thief. Generally, we go with the thief, but if we look at the police, he will frighten the thief to no end, and the thief will lie low. And slowly, you can even get rid of the thief. And the thief also, you can render as though the police. So with the result, the mind will be absolutely clean. The mind totally will be available to you for Vedanta Shravana, Manana, Nidhidhyasana, and with all those things, the Atma Darshana. That is what Bhagavan is intending. And the mind, you will have to sharpen. You will have to use the mind very, very nicely. No day you should allow the mind to slip into some quagmire. The fundamental approaches to cleansing the mind, apart from the karma yoga, anushtanam, and dhyana and contemplation, apart from that, minute to minute of our life, what we have to do, there are certain things we will have to very meticulously follow. Number one, we should get out of the habit of finding fault with the other people. Generally, we tend to find fault with others. Even if the other person has a fault, you better have the nobility not to recognize the fault. That is how your mind will be very, very lustrous, very pure, and it will be in a position to be the police on both sides. Secondly, this is what not finding fault with other people, anasuyave,
Anasuya.
pravakshyami anasuyave. When somebody is saying something, you take the essence of what is said, not the fault of what was conveyed. You remove the fault. Grant that the other person is very, very keen on conveying something very important to you, something which you would be liking all the time. So grant that, do not find fault with others. Anasuyave. Secondly, try to substitute yourself in everybody else, especially in their pleasures and sorrows. Empathy. When they are happy, you feel extremely happy. And when they are in a sorrowful mood, you go try to console them and take their mind, weed their mind off the sorrowing attitude. That kind of a help, if you can render, you will be doing a great service to your own mind. That is important. It's a great service to your mind. Then you will have to generally develop the knack of seeing yourself in others. Sarvabhutastam atmanam, sarvabhutani cha atmani, ikshate yoga yuktatma, sarvatra samadarshanaha. That samadarshana is atma eva. Atma eva idagum sarvam. When atma is, the entire jagat is pervaded by atma. Whoever you see and whatever you see is substitutable by atma. And atma is what? It is not paroksha to you. You are atma. You are indeed atma. When you are atma, you are seeing yourself in everybody else and everybody else in you. You see everybody else in you. Sarvabhutastam atmanam, sarvabhutani cha atmani. Atmani, in yourself, you try to see everybody else. Then this will develop a tremendous impact it will give for rendering the mind absolutely clean. So clean, you will wonder, hey, why is it I'm not finding fault with others, even though they have faulted, they have done something totally wrong, which is bad for them and bad for the neighborhood and society. Why is it I am not able to say, hey, you don't take the role of a reformer. You simply take the role of reforming yourself. These are the minor, small approaches with which you can go forward. There's no other way. Am I understood, Suma?
Yes, Nanaji, thank you so much.
Okay.
And I would request this group to continue the Manana probably for the rest of our lives.
Yeah,
I like this Sangha.
No, please continue the Manana. It's a very good exercise for all of you. It's wonderful. It is kind of extending this session of 1 hour into another hour also, which is indicative of your nishtha for Atma Jnana Samupajana. That is very, very good. But time and again I am saying, please do not discuss in your Manana class things which are unimportant, things which are likely to be hurdles for your progress, things which you mistakenly have understood to be right. Don't discuss them. Discuss whatever the text you have covered or the text earlier covered in the earlier classes or weeks. Go forward. That will be very, very beneficial. Yeah, Brahmara, your questions.
Thank you, Nanaji.
Dr. Renu has said, she just put in the chat, Nana, can you also join us in the Manana class? Because we don't, like you said, you'll have to discuss what is right and what, don't discuss things that you mistakenly think are right. We need some guide over there.
No, time-wise, it will be tough on me, Brahmara. Because look at it this way. We adjourn for dinner at 8 o'clock. We means the 4 of us. Okay? Myself, Amma, and Kishore and Seema. And I ought to be there. And this will be, and by the time I'm through with the dinner, you are through with your Manana. So that will be a clash of this thing. But one of these days, you can project all those doubts and things like that. Maybe you can project in the form that you are projecting the slokas. One by one, we will try to deal with them without any let or any hindrance. If we need to take a little more time, then we will adjourn for the next day also. We will relegate the sloka of the text to the background till we complete your Manana questions.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. So there are some questions here. In fact, I don't know whether this question was answered. Malti, I can't see her question. Dr. Renu had asked in June. I missed looking
These
at them.
These are all the questions you projected? My
Yeah.
God, I require a microscope, man.
No. Wait, I'll enlarge the view.
Okay. If you can read them one by one, we will
Okay,
attend.
I will read them.
Yeah.
1 second. This is in June. Dr. Renu had asked, Shri Krishna has advised us to do our karmas with Nishkama Bhav. So, if we continue to do our professional jobs at this stage of life, when we don't need money for survival and needs or greed, but for our satisfaction or out of habit of having to do so, is it better to continue with this karma as long as we can, or take retirement from work and dedicating life to seeking spiritual knowledge at this stage of life?
Okay. What is your Swadharma, Dr. Renu? Your Swadharma, you must conform to. In the 3rd chapter, Bhagavan said what? Swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmatsu anushtitat swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. And what is your Swadharma? You shall not be careless regarding your Swadharma. And what is Swadharma? As a doctor, you have the dharma to take very good care of your patients. Do that. And as you are doing, you are not only a doctor, you are not doctor throughout the 24 hours of the day. You are something else, something else, something else. And all those something else's will dictate your swakarma. Your swakarmas will be different from your swadharma anusthana. And your swakarmas will drive you to take good care of your family, your husband, children. Take good care of yourself. All these are swakarmas. Do all those things very, very nicely. And in all those, do not forget Ketapa, because that is his prabodha, which will make you conform to Swakarma and Swadharma also. Do that without any inhibition, without any doubt, whether what you are doing is right or wrong. One guiding factor for all of us, whenever we decide about doing a thing, and after deciding, we go ahead and do that thing. If we do not feel guilty for our decision and for our decision-based action, then we are on the correct path. That is a golden rule. I'm assuming that all of us have minds which are pliable, which will appreciate what is good, what is not. And with that kind of a mind that we have, we will know what we have done is right or wrong. Incidentally, if we have done something wrong, we must have the humility to accept that we have done something wrong. And if we have to go and apologize to whoever by our action we have made life miserable for that person, we must have the humility to go and apologize. This is one way of sublimating our ego, which keeps on growing by the day. These are the golden rules for our progress. Now, I am trying to read your question now. Is it better to continue with this karma as long as we can? Or
That
take
is over.
retirement from it? No.
That is over.
Please do not retire. Atma Bodha says that divine is within me and every soul. If the spiritual goal to realize the divine within us, then why to do practices and rituals? Yeah, don't do rituals, yes, but practice you should not give up. Okay, where is that?
Yeah, like lighting diyas.
Yeah, earlier thing was good. Stage of when we need money. Hey.
1 second, I'm getting it. 1 minute.
What you have projected earlier was readable to me. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, it was. I was.
Within us, then why do practices and rituals, karma kanda, daily lighting of so? Is it better to meditate on our inner self and pray to divine within us? Yeah, it is really good. But see, the problem is when we sit for meditation, what are the rules, regulations for efficacious meditation that we follow? That becomes very, very important. The 6th chapter has given us a lot of direction in that case. So we must follow that. Shucho deshe pratishtapya sthiramasanam na ati uchitam nati nicham chailajana kushottaram tatra ekagram manakrutva tatra ekagram manakrutva. Then what is that? Tatrekagram mana
Manas
krutva
Nischala Mastira.
yata chittendriya kriyaha. All those things are important. And whenever at the seat of meditation, if the mind keeps on running away, it is in nature of the mind to keep on running away. And you have let the mind keep on running away for so many years till now. Now you have decided to meditate. It is, the chances are, it is very likely mind will not listen to you. It will keep on skipping, jumping and going. Chanchalam himana Krishna. Arjuna himself said, Pramadhi, Balavadrudam. That kind of a mind is our mind. And we must appreciate that and accept it. That is objectivity. When you know something is really true, you accept that as the truth and go forward. If you want to change the attitude of the mind for better, you have the power, you have the capacity, but to do that very gently, very ably, and very nobly you must do. And try to give the mind something which it will like better. Hey Manasa, why are you running away? Say, why do you want to have this tamasic approach? I will give you something higher. I will give you the sattvic approach. Come on, let us think of Kitaya and what all he has said. He has said beautiful things. Why don't you please listen? This is the way you talk to the mind, and the mind will be with you. Mind is a very pliable, a little infant-like, and that infant will listen to you if you do sweet talking. If you shout, the mind will not be with you, it will go away. And that is going to be a calamity. You should be very understanding of the mind, because that is your mind. You have cultivated the mind till now. You have made the mind what it is now. You have been responsible. There's no need to shout at the mind now. You have a need to culture the mind. You have a need to make the mind listen to what nice things you are saying and say those nice things the way mind would love it. Okay? Yeah, divine witness. Yeah. But please do not retire. I know of people who have retired, not knowing what to do after retirement. They have become a mess for themselves and mess for people around them. Please do not retire, especially this. Yeah, especially with the doctor's profession. It's a beautiful profession. You can keep on working till kind of it physically hurts. Right? Have the attitude that you are serving the mankind. And the Lord has given you the wherewithal to serve the mankind. He has given the knowledge. He has given you the karmendriyas, jnanendriyas, the mind and intellect with which to accomplish the task as though given by Kitaya. Do that very nicely. Do not retire, please.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, another question, Ramara?
Dr. Mara had this question.
Hmm.
1 minute. Yeah, how do I choose one nama for God, for the God I like, since he has innumerable names for meditation?
How do I choose one name for the God I like, since he has innumerable names for meditation? Okay. God has got a lot of names, but those names are given by us to him. He does not have any name. He is an Anamika. Maybe you can have Anamika as name for your meditation. He has got thousands of names, and thousands of names are given by us.
Yeah, that's why
Tell
it's
me,
confusing to me.
tell me, the one who does not have a form,
Yeah.
the one who is Anantam,
Mm.
the one who is Avyayam, the one who is Ajam, the one who is not born. The one who is not born, how can you name? What kind of a name you will give to the unborn? So he is one, he is happy without a name. For your pleasure, if you want to name him, you name him as you please, no matter. But stick to that name. Don't keep on shifting the name from day 1 to day 2, day 10. No, same. Okay? If you
What
do
is
not like the Kitappa, you can take Ramappa.
yeah.
If you
Yeah, that
don't
is
like
yeah.
Ramappa also, you can take Shivaya, anybody. But the God on which becomes your object of meditation, you want to pick, you must in your own mind endear yourself to that deity.
Yeah, because I like
Endear.
all the names. That's a problem. Because you want to stick to one name, right? So
No, don't do that.
uh,
Don't do that. Just one.
okay.
Whoever.
Yeah.
You can, for instance, take,
Mhm.
I'll tell you, I'm giving you an idea. You can take, for instance, your deity for meditation as Goddess Durga.
Mhm.
Suppose.
Mhm.
Why Goddess Durga? Because Goddess Durga is what? That is the power of the Lord.
Oh. Mhm.
That is the Maya power of the Lord. And because of that Maya power, you are.
Mm.
And because of that Maya power, you have the samsara. And samsara, it gives you more dukkham and less sukham, and that keeps on repeating. You want to be free from this kind of samsara. When you meditate, you keep on praying to the goddess Durga. Hey, you have created me. Why don't you get me out of this mess?
Mm.
This Jagat which you have created, I have no interest in this Jagat. I'm sincerely interested in knowing who indeed you are. Please open my eyes. Please open my mind. You meditate on her.
Okay.
She is the power of the Lord. People say, Vedanta says, you are the power of the Lord. Through you, I want to approach the Lord. Please permit me. Your meditation must be on the same lines. You pick up a topic, and that should continue till the end of your meditation. In between, you should not shift. Right? And whatever you decide, it's good. It is good. Go forward. Don't you get stuck with just trying to give the name for the Lord and skip meditation. No matter what name you give, don't skip meditation. Meditate nicely.
You know, they say to meditate, like not like the like japa, like when you're repeating or chanting words. So
What is that?
when you do japa, like doing the japa, then you choose one nama or something that you practice. So this is the reason I thought, you know, then also when we are reading as per Gita, like we
But what is the purpose of japa?
like, you know, same, you know, like to cleanse your mind or purify your mind, you know, like doing the yajna, dana, you know, they call different modes of things to do this. So I thought I wanted to find out, you know, what we do. I mean, if I'm going to do the same thing, then I would stick to one thing.
Not only our attempt must be to cleanse the mind, we must make an effort to steady the mind.
Steady the mind, right?
Steady the mind. The clean mind keeps on jumping from topic to topic to topic. It does not allow you to meditate.
Right.
Right? You must render the mind listen to you and be with you at the seat of meditation or japa. Right?
Mhm.
That must be the aim. Picking up the name and all that, those are not very important. You name what you please. Nothing wrong.
Okay.
Like I said, Anamika. That seems to be a very good name for the nameless. He is the nameless entity.
Anamika.
Anamika.
No, I think you're taking it as a, you're saying it in a lighter vein. I guess Dr. Mara is taking it seriously.
No, not like this way. I'm saying really, truthfully, Anamika.
Yeah. No, I think it makes sense. So I just, since we need some guidance, right? I mean, like,
Correct,
yeah. So that is the reason I put that question,
Yeah.
because, yeah, your mind kind of going all over and trying to figure out what I should do, what I shouldn't do. Like,
What? Yeah.
yeah.
I'll tell you what. In the Vishnu Sahasranama, Bhagavan himself has said, Yo mam nama sahasrena stotumichyati pandava soham ekena slokena.
Right. Yeah.
One sloka is
One
good enough.
sloka is enough.
You need
Yeah.
not chant the 108.
Yeah. Yeah, I read that. That's why I came across so many names. What
That
do I do
essence must
with
not
the
be
Gita?
lost.
So
Correct.
that is where I was kind of, yeah. So, yeah. So when you say Vishnu and Krishna, all are the same.
All are same.
Right. Same.
Different names for the same
Purpose. Yeah.
same person. I was about to say.
Same person. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The same tattva. For the same tattva, as though different names.
Right.
As though different names. That's all.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
While we are on this, I have a question. I
Yeah.
have not written it down. Should we, or we'll take it tomorrow?
Which one?
I have a question on the 8th chapter when he says Mattaf Parataram Nanyat Kinchidasti Dhananjaya. Mattaf Parataram is to think of him at all times. How do we do that? Because see, when you're working, your mind is on what you're doing. So how do you keep God, and what of God do you think in your mind? I was not very clear on that.
Yeah. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mayi sarvamidam protam sutre maniganaha iva. Matta parataram nanyat. How to absorb the essence of this is your question, isn't it? Then you are questioning. Who is questioning? The mind. The mind is a vibhuti of the Lord. Your mind is a kind of a manifestation of the Lord. So when the mind, the inquiring mind, the questioning mind, the doubting mind, the nishchayatmika mind, all these are the manifestations of the same Lord. Mattar parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. You have entertained a good thought. That is him. You have entertained a bad thought. That also could be him. That also could be him in the sense he has given you the power to think properly, which you are abusing as though. You are as though abusing. You think properly, fine. You think ignobly, then that also is because of his power. Right? See, I'll tell you what. There are some Shastra Vakyas, even in the Gita, you will tamasa parastat, tamasaha parastat. It is beyond ignorance. Tamasaha parastat. It is beyond ignorance, that kind of a thing. And beyond ignorance, okay, you will think it is jnanam. And if you go through the text of the various slokas, the various Mahatmas who have rendered the commentary and the text, they will say it is beyond your particular knowledge also. Your particular knowledge is what? Say, for instance, you are a teacher, history teacher. The knowledge of history, it is beyond that, because that kind of an empirical knowledge is also driven by who? Driven by ignorance. Ignorance of the Lord has made you aware of the empirical knowledge, which is not conducive for Atma Vidya. So Tamasa Parastat has got the connotation that it is even beyond the normal pieces of knowledge that you have gathered in your life thus far. You are a doctor, okay? You have studied anatomy, physiology, etc., all those things. He is beyond all those. It is because of him you could get all those things. Matta parataram nanyata. Your capacity to gain those bits and pieces of knowledge, it is because of him. After saying Matta parataram nanyata, he says, in the waters, I am the very taste. Rasoham apsukonteya. Prabha asmi shashi surya yoho. In the sun and the moon, I am the brilliance. I am the light. It is because of me that they have light. It is because of me you are able to think. It is because of me you have a mind which is not dull. Buddhihi buddhimatam asmi. Tejasvinamaham. This matta parataram nanyate. The more you think, the more information it will give you. And your appreciation of the Lord will keep on increasing immensely. The more you think, the more he gives. When you come to the 10th chapter, Vibhuti Yoga, he will say so many things. After having narrated some 50 or 60 of those things, he says, why do you worry about all these things, Arjuna? Ekamshena sthito jagat. In the entire jagat, I am manifesting through one iota of my power. Matta parataramna anyat kinkidasti dhananjaya. If you have compassion for somebody else, it is because of him. If you are being cruel to somebody else, it is because of the mind that is him. The mind is you and mind is him. And that mind is not being used properly. You are responsible. The means for you to go forward is all given by Bhagavan. The means. The Shastra, which is the means for Atma Vidya, because all other means will fail. For Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, no other means will help you. Not the Jnanendriyas, not the Jnanendriyas at all. Not really the mind as you know, not the intellect. Beyond that, you must have a mind which is conducive to listening to the Vedanta Vakyas. The Vedanta Vakyas. And what are the Vedanta Vakyas? Supposing in the Upanishads, some Upanishads have got a Shantipata. What is that Shantipata? That says, that is infinite. This is infinite. And from that infinite, if you remove this infinite, that infinite alone will be there. Huh?
Purnamada Purnamidam
Correct.
Purnat Purnamada.
Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avasishyate. This is a big riddle for all mathematicians. That is infinite. This is infinite. And that is what? Brahma, Atma, Paramatma. That is infinite. This is infinite is what? This Jagat, what you are saying, this is also apparently infinite. This is infinite. And from that infinite Param Brahma, you remove this as though Jagat, which is infinite. When you remove the Jagat, what remains?
It's infinite. It is infinite.
Deva, avasishyate, only that will remain. Okay? That is 2, this is 2. 2 minus 2 is 2. It's a riddle for mathematicians. These are the things which the mind must be cultured to appreciate and inquire more and more into the truth of this. That is when the mind will become sharpened. You will be able to appreciate matta parataram kinchit na anyadasti dhananjaya. If you are not able to appreciate also, you will not give up. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Because you are endowed with the requisite Shraddha, what the Shastra has said, you very unquestioningly believe and try to experiment on that. You will go forward, you will be the gainer. Right? Is your question to some extent answered?
Yeah, to some extent, yes. When he says, think of me at all times, that is what I had a question. This is all that you have said is for contemplating upon the attributes of Brahman. That is fine. But how do we keep our mind on him at all times of our waking state?
Abhyasena ta kaunteya. Abhyasa. Abhyasa yoga yuktena. Chetasa na anyagami.
Can I add a little here?
Yeah, one moment, please. Abhyasa yoga yuktena. Chetasa na anyagamina. Paramam purusham divyam. Yati partha anuchintayan. Anuchintayan. Anuchintayan has the connotation. What the Shastra has said, that you keep on trying to remember and keep on thinking on those lines. You have to, there's no other way, because the mind is all the time running away here and there. How do you master the mind? How do you have your mind listen to you? Yes, sir. Somebody else said they have a question.
Hari Om. నేను ప్రేమ్ని.
Prema,
మీరు ఇంతకు ముందు మాయ గారు, you yourself said, like, in a music concert, quietly the tambura keeps on humming, and the name of the Almighty should be like that tambura. Somewhere behind, it never stops, it continues and continues. That is how we need to keep it in the mind. Whatever is happening, whatever we are doing, quietly at some corner, that should keep on humming. I thought I'll just bring that up now. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you so much. Very right.
I also have a point, like one, like seeing God in everything and everything in God. So when we are working, like I am working in computers, so if I see whatever I see in computers is God only, like Brahma Havi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam. So what a patient is coming in front of me, he is also God. I am also serving what the instrument, that is also God. So keeping God in everything that we are doing also helps sometimes. Like my mobile, I see it's a form of God. My computer, it is form of God. When mind is focused to that one tattva, actually, that also helps sometimes.
Very right. Very right. Good. Yeah, I'm happy that these are the manana topics. They're very good.
In doing this, will japa help? Japa will aid when you're doing japa on something. Like when you're constantly doing japa, not just during the time that you're doing japa, even other times when you're not, when you're doing other things, will eventually the japa, the mantra keep going on like the tambura that is going on behind? Is that the end goal of the japa, to still the mind?
I
Because
don't think so. I don't think so. Because japa, when it has done its purpose, you will not hesitate to drop that and go to the higher forms of upasana, if you allow me to say so. You will start contemplating. Between meditation and contemplation, what is the essential difference? What is the essential difference? Meditation, you have as though the Saguna Brahma Upasana. Am I right? When you are doing the Saguna Brahma Upasana, the Saguna Brahma is different from you, isn't it? Whoever you are thinking of, the object
you
of
have the
your
Dvaita
meditation.
Bhavana there. Yeah.
Yeah, Dvaita Bhavana. No, instead of saying Dvaita Bhavana, I will say you are worshipping a deity. You are not the deity. That's how I'm saying. Now, during contemplation, what do you do? What do you do? The earlier bhavana vanishes. Is it not? And you are contemplating on Anantam, Avyayam, Achintyam, Arupam, Arasam, Agandham, etc., etc. And in all those things, you are also included. You are also included. That is why when you said how long to continue japa, etc., you did not say how long. What is the purpose of that, etc. When the purpose is done, you will drop it because there is some other higher means which you would love to adopt, like contemplation. Why not? Right? Today is a very special day. We have not touched a single sloka till now. But that doesn't matter really.
Yeah.
We've covered some ground, and maybe, hopefully, some of your doubts are cleared, or I may have generated some more doubts, which can be attended to tomorrow, because we just have 3 more minutes today, right? We can do all that. I'm happy your Zoom session has a lot of doctors, Dr. Brahmara, Dr. Renu, and there is one doctor who is eavesdropping on our Zoom class, Dr. Seema. She is also there. And I don't know, maybe a lot more other doctors.
Dr. Savita is also there.
Yeah, good. I'm not underplaying others who are not doctors. Maybe they are more evolved in this sphere of activity than all the doctors put together. I am not sure. But I'm not downplaying them. It so happened that I picked up some name. Dr. Renu, I answered. You have answered. And yeah, good. Now, tomorrow, you please get that and project that. When we go to the 17th verse, we will try to make use of that.
Fine.
Bhagavan says, Ahaha, Ratri. Aha means the daytime. Daytime of you and I is limited to 12 hours. Whereas Brahmaji's daytime is Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. That is what the verse says. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. What is the Yuga? Sahasra Yuga, 1000 yugas. Each yuga is a sum total of the 4 yugas. it is considered as the Mahayuga. Sahasra Mahayuga Paryantam. For want of space, Bhagavan Vyasa could not include that Maha. For want of Chandas and accommodation. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. Yuga is 4 yugas put together. And Brahmaji's daytime is that. And after that daytime, there will be pralayam. You and I will be sucked into avyaktam. Avyaktam, all those things, beautiful verses will come. We will see this tomorrow or so. You please project that. And you have got both pages in that.
Yeah.
Side 1, side 2. You try to have both sides. I'm not sure which side I would like to use for that verse. Right?
No problem.
That's it. Hari Om, everybody. Sorry, we did not cover any verse, but we have covered a lot of verses. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. That's a beautiful verse. Right. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramayaha. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om.
Hari
Hari
Om.
Om, Nanaji.
Hari Om.
Dhanyavad.
Thank you very much.
Hari Om. Dhanyavad, Nana.
Mhm.
Bye, Vali.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you.